Today I wanted to do simplifying rational expressions, and this is a really tough topic, I think, for a lot of students because there's a whole lot of things that go into rational expressions. I mean, first of all, you've got to know how to factor, right? If you don't know how to factor, then you're not going to be able to get through one of these. But you also have to be able to know how to write a fraction correctly. So let's look at this first one right here. What I want to do first is I want to make sure everything is factored, which this one is actually already factored for us, so we don't have to worry about that. And then the second thing we have to do is we have to cancel out common factors. Now, to be able to cancel out common factors, you've got to be able to identify the same kind of factor, and they have to be exactly the same, and they have to be on top of each other. Or, in other words, one has to be on top, and the other one has to be on the bottom. So for this first one, this x minus 8 is going to match up with this x minus 8. Since they're the same and they're on the top and the bottom, I can cancel them out. So those are gone. And the only thing I'm left with is the x plus 3 at the top, the x plus 3. The only thing I'm left with at the bottom is the x plus 4. And since there's nothing left to cancel out, I'm done. So that's how you cancel out. Let's look at this next one. For this one, I have to factor first because nothing really matches up right now. But I know I need to find two numbers that multiply to 12, but also add up to 7. That would be 4 and 3. So I could write this as x plus 4 and x plus 3. On the bottom, I know I need to find two numbers that will multiply to 15, but at the same time add up to 8. So 3 and 5 would work. So I can write this as x plus 3 and x plus 5. Good. So now that it's factored, I move on to my second step, which is canceling. The x plus 3's match up, so I can cross those out. And I'm only left with an x plus 4 at the top and an x plus 5 at the bottom. And since there's nothing left to cancel out, I'm done. Okay, so looking at this next one, I have x squared plus 6x on top, and I have x squared minus 2x on the bottom. I know that they both have an x in common on the top and the bottom, so I can take out an x from the top, and I'm left with x plus 6 on the inside. On the bottom, I know I can also take out an x. Once I take out the x, I'm going to be left with x minus 2. So now, can you see what matches up? On the top and the bottom, it's going to be the two x's, right? So I cross those out, and I'm left with x plus 6 on the top and x minus 2 at the bottom. And since there's nothing left to cancel, I'm done. Alright, let's look at the next one. I've got x minus 2 on the top. I can't factor that any, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. But the bottom can be factored. Notice that I have to find two numbers that multiply to negative 10, but also add up to a positive 3. So I'm going to be using some kind of 5 and some kind of 2. Well, the top is going to remain the same because I can't factor this, but on the bottom, this could turn into x plus 5 and x minus 2. So now I have two factors that we can cancel out. I have an x minus 2 at the bottom and x minus 2 at the top. I cancel them out. So the only thing that I have left at the bottom is this x plus 5. But what am I left with at the top? Nothing, right? So if there's nothing left at the top, I put a placeholder 1 in its spot, and I'm done. The next one is kind of similar, because the bottom is x plus 5. It obviously can't be factored, but the top can. I would need to find two numbers that multiply to 25, but at the same time add up to 10. So I need two positive 5s, right? So I can write this as x plus 5 and x plus 5. What do I have left at the bottom? Just the x plus 5. That hasn't changed. And I can pretty much cancel out this x plus 5 and whichever one at the top that I want. I'll choose the one on the left. So now, what am I left with at the top? I'm left with x plus 5, right? But what am I left with at the bottom? Nothing, right? So if I'm left with nothing at the bottom, I'm going to put a placeholder 1 in its spot. Now do note, I am dividing by 1. So really, if I'm dividing by 1, nothing changes. So I can actually just write this as x plus 5. So that's simplifying rational expressions. Pretty simple once you get the hang of it. All you need to do is make sure you factor first, and then you cancel out common factors on the top and the bottom. So I hope this helps out.